Hey guys, this is Offbeats. We decided to try something different as opposed to the traditional reviews that we've been writing. This time we wanted to do sort of like a podcast style, and this is ultimately what Spencer and I had in mind. But we do want to thank you for reading and your time for the written reviews. So we really hope you enjoy this, and at the end, kind of just let us know your thoughts. So for this first episode, we decided to review a song called Seasons by The Lone Wild.
Yeah, they're a duo band from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Believe they've been releasing music since August 1st. I think they've been a band for a couple years though. But they recently released this song called Seasons, and it really caught our eye, caught our ears.
Yeah, one thing I like about Seasons, actually, there's a plethora of things I like about Seasons, but this is basically the start. Is actually the intro is the synth and bass line. It's I guess in movie terms, you would say it jumps right into the action. There's no kind of like a pre-intro or like a build up to the intro. The intro is just there and it's smooth and it's nice and it jumps right into the song, which is, I think it's very nice.
Yeah, it builds up to like this pre-chorus, and it kind of brings like the song up to this level where it feels like it's about to blow up, and then they kind of kill it. They kind of just like let it go back down, which some people don't like. I personally love. I think that was an awesome move by them.
Yeah, I liked the tension that it built up in that first pre-chorus, because the first chorus is not very explosive like the rest of them are in the song. So you actually almost don't even realize it's a chorus, because it built up. I mean, you kind of do, but you kind of don't. Like the tension built up, but then, like you said, it's kind of killed off. So you're kind of unsure of that chorus at first, but then like upon re-listening, you're like, okay, this is what the chorus actually is.
Yeah, and like as it goes on, it kind of has that interlude with just like the very simple synths and the vocals, but then it gets like to this gigantic explosion with like guitar work, this really good bridge, lots of synthesizers, even a little bit of piano if you can hear it.
Yeah, and the bridge is phenomenal. The bridge might, in my opinion, be the best part of the song. It does have a lot of good guitar work in there. It becomes, I don't know if you feel the same way, Spencer, but to me it kind of feels like it becomes a little lost due to the synthesizer being the more focused on, both by the band and like the listener.
Yeah, I think they did that on purpose, maybe not, but it brings that song with some rock elements, but it still keeps that very electro synthy sound, which I personally love. I think that's awesome.
What did you think about the lyrics?
Personally, I think the lyrics, they're pretty simple, not very like a cat. Like I say, listen to the song and understand what the story's about, what he's saying. But if you're one of those people that really like dive into lyrics, you have some room to kind of dive in. And what I love is you write it in a way where it is complex and simple, so you can like translate it to your own life. I think, like you say, that's why a lot of people like music is it's relatable.
Yeah, I definitely agree with those thoughts. The lyrics are essentially like spoon-fed for casual listeners, almost like a radio pop song, where the lyrics aren't too metaphorical or anything, but like they're not radio pop. Like they're simple and they work incredibly well. But at the same time, as you had touched on, if you're into deeper meaning lyrics, there is a little bit touch on there.
Yeah. I think they definitely knew what they were doing when they wrote the song. It's a very good song. The vocal performance, I feel, is definitely good. Like he has like these really cool breezy vibes to him, and then he gets into those up registers, and it still works. Like it does work. I really like it.
Yeah, it's actually kind of reminiscent of Matthew Bellamy. Is that how you say his name? The Muse singer.
I don't know. I think it's Bellamy. I've always said Bellamy, but I don't know. I honestly don't.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of that. How he kind of sings kind of like slow and cool, and then kind of explodes at the chorus.
Yeah.
But then the band as a whole is reminiscent of like MGMT and Foster the People, which I think you and I both kind of like that, because both you and I, when we had earlier conversations, were like, who do these guys remind you of? And we both were like, they remind me of someone, but I can't place it. So I think we like that because it's a familiar sounding voice, but at the same time, it's unique.
Yeah, they've definitely coined their own sound while still like being able to pull people in because they do sound like these, these giants in their space, that electro indie rock. Really relatable, really good, unique, like you said.
Yeah, I like the piano as well. I liked how it was at the end. You can hear it throughout the song, but it definitely is at the end where it works best as a part of the outro. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I think as far as I know, like in most ways the piano is utilized, it's definitely for emphasis. The end of the song, having that very beautiful, crisp piano, it emphasizes, something, whatever that is to you is to you. But I like it. I do think there could have been more piano, but at the same time, if they did, it might get washed out. It might be muddy, might clog up the sound. I don't know. But I think they knew exactly what they were doing when they wrote the song.
Oh yeah, the song is it's definitely very well put together. It's actually, it's really it's one of those songs where you just lay down and like listen to it on your bed while you're just kind of relaxing after you got home from work or school and get lost into it. It's really captivating and engulfing to the listener.
Because like when I listen to the song, it does take me into like, I'd say a different universe even, like, with the instrumentals and the way it sounds. Kind of feel like in like this very colorful, spacey area, but it's also kind of like melancholy and sad in a way, hopeful even. But yeah, it's definitely very captivating.
All right. What out of 10, what rating would you give it?
Probably give it an 8. There's definitely some room for improvement, but for me, like a song being 9 or 10 has to have some kind of device to it where it's like either storytelling or some kind of gimmick for it. That's just kind of what I like. But as far as like a single standalone song goes, an 8 is about as high as you can get.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be a little more generous than you, but not like a whole lot. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
As much as I want to give this thing a 10. But I guess I kind of agree with you that it needs to be a part of something bigger. I think my one knock on it that gives it a 9 instead of a 10 is that at the end with the piano outro, like you feel like you're gonna get more at the end of a song, like almost like another explosive chorus, but you never do. So you're kind of like on your first listen, you're like, wait, was that the end? But then at the same time, you're like, oh, that was a nice ending, but you don't like feel fully resolved. But I think like that's where we kind of agree is that like it would be better as a part of something bigger, like an album, get that resolved. I know you kind of like, you like how they kind of dropped it off like that. Maybe, and that's just kind of where you and I differ. I didn't really like it all that much. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I didn't really like it that much because I wanted resolve out of the song.
And that's where I think maybe their album comes into play, where it has that resolve. Maybe in a track that follows the song, who knows? We'll have to wait until that album comes out. But until then, I think this song is incredible, very good.
Yeah, it's definitely very well like written and like I said earlier, put together, and it's honestly it's a really genuine and beautiful song.
Yep. Anyway, thanks for watching / listening. If you liked it, let us know. If you didn't, let us know as well, and we'll see you next time.